Bitcoin almost hit $24,000 last night as the bull market goes from heating up to straight up inferno. But what comes next for the price of Bitcoin? Well, if history is anything to go by, then we are about to be in for just months on end of staring at our screens in total freaking disbelief. So pretty exciting for that. Also, Coinbase is going to be doing an IPO. This is going to be massive for the cryptocurrency industry, and another altcoin season feels tantalizingly close. Yes. My name is Lark, and this is Resubscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the crazy markets. So, Bitcoin absolutely did not chill after cracking $20,000 yesterday. In fact, it blasted right up to $23,780 last night, staging a truly epic breakout. Bitcoin is now in price discovery mode, which is incredibly exciting. The question now becomes, what is next for Bitcoin? Does Bitcoin just keep on mooning? Will it consolidate a little bit before it keeps on mooning? Will you get a chance to buy Bitcoin under $20,000 again? Well, I can certainly say this. If you see Bitcoin under $20,000 again, you buy it. You buy that dip. It's that simple. Bitcoin under $20,000 is going to be a treat if you see it. But will Bitcoin keep mooning from here, making a straight blast up to $30,000? Well, hold your horses for a second. Can Bitcoin do that? Yes, the honey badger can certainly do that. Remember, right now we have hedge funds and billionaires buying Bitcoin with purchases in the hundreds of millions of dollars happening every few days. It's unprecedented accumulation right now. Bitcoin FOMO at the highest levels of the big money circles. That being said, I would not mind seeing Bitcoin consolidate here a little bit before blasting higher. Heck, even a retest of $20,000 as support. That'd be pretty cool to see. But if we do have any pullbacks or consolidation periods, then they will likely be short-lived because we are at the precipice of a massive run here. I want to share this chart with you as a nice reminder of what we are looking at for Bitcoin right now. This is now the third week that Bitcoin has been above its 2017 weekly high close. This is a big deal because as you can see on this chart here, what happened the last two times this took place for Bitcoin. Bitcoin mooned super hard. Passing over that threshold was a big event for Bitcoin. In fact, if we zoom in to early 2017, then you can see that once we breached that green line, Bitcoin just ran super hard for 10 weeks straight, gaining an unbelievable 170% in that short time. Now, I'm not saying that this is exactly what's going to happen now, but I think it gives you some context about the power of Bitcoin when it actually starts running and what could potentially happen. Maybe we see another 50 or 60%, something like that for Bitcoin. It's possible. Also, the monthly RSI for Bitcoin is starting to cross into the overbought territory, but this is actually a good thing. This is signaling that, yeah, the bull run is indeed going into straight inferno mode. You can see here the last two bull runs were also marked by an overbought RSI reading on the monthly, which lasted for 13 months the first time and for 15 months in the second big bull run for Bitcoin. Now, what these charts also say to me is that we are just getting started. Bitcoin will blast past $100,000. It is only a matter of time. It's not an if, but a when. In fact, I think that when Bitcoin hits $50,000 a coin, and it will hit $50,000 a coin, that this will be the exact rocket fuel that we need to get Bitcoin up to $100,000. Why? Because that will be a $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. That will turn Bitcoin from some cool little tech play thing into like a really serious asset for serious investors. All that big money sitting on the sidelines, ironically, will see Bitcoin as a more serious asset when it has a bigger market cap. This is the same psychological effect as crossing $20,000 for, I think, a lot of the retail investors and those more adventurous big money buyers. It's saying to people, Bitcoin's back. Bitcoin's hot again. It's time to get involved if you've been sitting on the sidelines. The thing we need to realize is that many people woke up today, saw the price of Bitcoin, and instead of going, wow, that's super expensive, they said, oh, wow, that's a great chance to enter an asset that's obviously showing a lot of strength. They're not looking at this as a top. They're looking at this as a chance to get in before the train leaves the station. Human psychology is a weird thing, man. It really is, but that's how it works. Next up, we have some exciting news from the guys over at NASH who are sponsoring today's video. Now, NASH, if you are not familiar, is a decentralized exchange which allows you to trade a wide range of different assets, including Bitcoin, natively from a wallet which you control the keys of. All of that is possible with super low fees thanks to their layer 2 scaling implementations. Now, the big news for NASH is that the NASH exchange token, the NEX token, is now available on Ethereum. So the team has created a bridge between the Ethereum and the Neo blockchain. So if you are a NEX holder, you can now swap your tokens from one chain over to the other. So you can do that using your Neo-based tokens with a really simple user interface over on the exchange. Just a couple clicks and you'll get your Ethereum-based tokens out. Now this allows the token to be easily tradable on secondary markets like Uniswap, opening up a lot of liquidity for the NEX token. And also the NEX token is a pretty cool token. It can be staked to earn up to 75% of the trading fees on the exchange, and it's also a fully compliant security token. Now the guys over at NASH are also running a big trading competition right now with $1 million in prizes, so that's super cool. So for trader, definitely check that out. And it's of course a great time to try out the exchange with such a big amount of bonuses on offer. You can use the link down below in the description to check NASH out today. Now, in other news, the rumors have now been confirmed, and it appears that yes, indeed, Coinbase will be having an initial public offering soon. They have officially filed the paperwork, so it is coming. Now, about a year ago, Coinbase had a big funding round at an $8 billion valuation. You have to think what the market was like back then, right? We're kind of pessimistic, so $8 billion back then was still a pretty good valuation. But I think that Coinbase is going to go a lot higher than this. I mean, think about this. This is going to be crypto's mega IPO. It's one of the biggest exchanges in the world. It's going to give so much confirmation of legitimacy to the industry to have such a big company like this as a publicly traded company. Remember, Coinbase is a beast. It did $2.8 billion in volume yesterday. That's way higher than usual because of the big Bitcoin spike, but it's still impressive. It also has 32 million customers. It's going to be such a high hype tech stock, which also happens to be tapping into the high hype Bitcoin industry. I fully expect that this stock is going to moon super, super hard when it comes out. Now, we do not have a listing date yet for the Coinbase stock, but do watch out for that listing to come. I'll obviously keep you guys updated here as well. By the way, Uniswap did $650 million in volume today, and its token is worth $790 million. And unlike the Coinbase stock, the Uniswap token will give a dividend when Uniswap V3 comes out. Something to think about. Interesting numbers anyway. The next big crypto IPO to be watching out for will be BlockFi. I fully expect that to be massive as well. And finally for today, what about the altcoins, man? Altcoins. What's going on with those? When will we see those bad boys moon? Well, depending on what altcoins you invest in, this market has already been giving incredibly generously on a regular basis. I mean, just, you have to be ready for opportunities. Elrond has like doubled in a week. That's very exciting. Small cap altcoins are pulling like 5x moves on the regular. Token sales are finally making money for investors again. I think that far too many investors are kind of sitting around waiting for that like 1 or 2 week period when every random coin pumps by a few 100%. You can wait for that period if you want, but honestly, you can be making money consistently in this market if you're keeping your ear to the ground, if you're willing to take risks, if you're watching out for the hot new things and getting involved in those. There's so many opportunities. Now, according to me, the market's just been incredible these last few months. So many projects just mooning and going crazy. It's been very, very exciting. But the story, of course, it just goes way beyond Bitcoin. You see, Bitcoin, it's up 23% this week, and that's incredible. Truly a historic week for Bitcoin. But a 23% move for an altcoin, that's chump change, man. That happens all the frickin' time. If you want to be making serious money in crypto, then altcoins are where it is at. Altcoins are for making it, Bitcoin's for keeping it. I am personally heavily invested in altcoins right now while everyone is kind of paying attention to Bitcoin and Bitcoin stealing the show. I think a lot of the savvy investors, they're piling into altcoins, man. By the way, remember how we have been watching the Ethereum Bitcoin pair and that kind of descending triangle that it's been in for a little while? Well, it acted as expected. The descending triangle actually did lead to a pretty significant breakdown for the pair versus Bitcoin. Now, this is a good indicator of the wider sentiment around altcoins right now. Everyone's watching Bitcoin, seeing what Bitcoin's doing. Altcoins are falling off a little bit. Obviously, some are still pumping, but in general, altcoins are kind of falling versus Bitcoin, right? They might be up in dollar valuations, but that can all change very quickly. Still, we could see this retrace a bit farther back to the green box here as a zone of recent support. So if Bitcoin continues to move higher in the coming days, that would be our I'd watch for some buy orders. But Ethereum did just bounce off the line of support that you can see here, which is very bullish for this pair. So if Bitcoin does kind of start to chill and consolidate a little bit here, then I expect that this the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, as well as altcoins more broadly, could bounce very quickly as profits flow down into the altcoin market. Bitcoin dominance is up big time right now as well, with Bitcoin sucking up a full 66% of the entire value of the cryptocurrency markets. However, Bitcoin right now is running into an area where historically we've seen a lot of confluence, and thus this could be a zone of resistance where we could see Bitcoin dominance faltering a little bit as, again, if we do get that consolidation period happening. But a quick pump up to 67.5% dominance, that also wouldn't really be that shocking, right? It's the high watermark here is kind of like 72.5% from recent price action. But still, though, the higher Bitcoin dominance goes, the more likely it is that it's going to come back down, that gravity will catch up with it. And when Bitcoin dominance dumps, altcoins are going to pop. Usually when we have a big dominant spike like this, the Bitcoin maxis are going to come out pronouncing the death of all altcoins, that Bitcoin dominance is going to go to 90%. This never happens. This doesn't happen. Bitcoin could keep stealing the show for a bit longer. That's absolutely possible. But I myself am getting well positioned for the altcoin season. I mean, there's already a lot of gains being made in altcoins right now. A lot of flipping going on. It's been a very crazy market, but we're going to have a massive altcoin rally soon, so do keep an eye out. Anyway, those are just my two satoshis for the day. Your question, what altcoins are you buying right now? I'd be very curious to hear what you're watching down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.